Welcome to Culture Connect. I'm Audrey, and today's guest will be the amazing, awesome, and wonderful Ralph Carney. Welcome, Ralph.
Hello there. Good to see you all. Good to be here.
Good energy. We know this is going to be a good show, right?
Yeah, we know it.
Always a good show.
Well.
And before we get going, I wanted to show this trailer of a documentary.
Yes, this nice lady wanted to do a movie about me, and her name is Laura Terrell. 10 years ago, she started doing a documentary, and she said, "You're too awesome. I can't finish this." So here's a trailer. It's going to be finished, though, this year. It's going to be finished. So here we go, I guess.
So let's roll the trailer.
I used to describe Ralph as a walking R. Crumb Zap comic character because he had that kind of, perpetual bounciness, wry, ironic, cosmic sense of humor, Mr. Non Sequitur, totally unpredictable in a cartoony manner.
What happened to my face? What happened to my face? It got decimated.
His music is so nutty sometimes and out there.
He just does what he does because that's what he does.
But I appreciate all comments, and I'll take all suggestions and make all changes to my music that everyone wants me to.
So Ralph, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
You think she'll ever finish the film?
She is not finishing it because she said, "I'm not a filmmaker, but I love you." But I have some other people finishing it. So
cool.
It'll be finished by 2020. No, soon. I think this year.
This
actually.
year.
Yeah.
So, and let's talk about, you're a man of 1,000 instruments.
Sort of.
What is that?
Look, I like to play a lot of instruments, but mostly I play saxophone, clarinet, flute, but I started on strings like banjo and stuff. And so when I record myself a lot, I play with myself a lot. I record myself and I use string instruments, keyboards, percussion, but the truth is I think that people they think, "Wow, that's crazy, you're playing flute and clarinet." But a lot of people that play horns play various woodwinds. So it's not like I play that many, but I try to play every instrument ever made. I really do. But there's some I can't get a sound out of, like bassoons. And actually, I've been trying to play cello lately, and it's kind of fun. It's like, I have a friend who has a cello, so. But saxophone's my main thing. Let's just say saxophone player.
Saxophone's your main thing.
I'm at the point of just saying saxophone player.
It's easy. It's
easier.
Then you don't have to go through all the instruments.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember I saw you, one of the bands I first saw you in was Orange Symphonette.
Yeah. Oh my
And-
gosh, the 90s. Why did I do quote signs? I don't know.
The 90s. And
90s.
What was Orange Symphonette? Can you talk a little bit about?
Oh gosh, I kind of miss those guys. Well, there was a couple of guys who we played with Tom Waits in the early 90s, Joe Gore and Matthew Brubeck, who's a Brubeck, and they had this idea to do Henry Mancini tunes, and it was kind of the zeitgeist at the time in the mid-90s, like lounge music, blah, 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 cocktail, tiki, blah, blah, blah. We weren't even thinking of that. It was just more like jazz, or jazz, whatever, classical rock players who we just wanted to do Mancini because it was like, he wrote some great songs. So we just did different takes on Henry Mancini tunes, and it kind of was a hit for a while. We actually toured Canada. That was amazing. Saskatoon, Medicine Hat. No, seriously, we did play Canada a lot. They must love Mancini in Canada, but there was a period where it was kind of big, and then I think what happened was the record label dropped us. That's probably what happened.
Okay,
And then moving on. Go ahead.
So what? Can you talk about some of the collaborations you've done over the years? All the different people that
You mean people that hired me?
or did you hire them?
No, I mean collaborations. Lately I do a lot of things in my home studio where people send me music, like because it's the revolution of internet revolution. So you used to in the past you would have to go into a studio to record. Now if you have a home studio with the computer thing, you can record tracks for other people. So I've done that with actually somebody like. No one's super famous, but St. Vincent, who's played with David Byrne, and mostly it's like, hey, I can't afford to have you come to my studio, so can I send you a track and I'll do it. But that's the new way to go. But collaborations, I mean, I've had people call me for things, with Tom Waits, blah blah blah. I don't know, it just comes out of the blue. I have no idea why.
Well, what about the Tom Waits blah blah blah? Can
what
you
about
talk
it?
A little bit about the Tom Waits.
It just
blah,
was
blah?
a.
It was a
It just-
passing phase.
No, I got a call from a guy who knew him, and he was living in New York when I was living in New York, and he needed someone to play sort of Salvation Army band horn, and I got the call, and he liked what I did, so I did it. And
I think I saw you standing in front of the Salvation Army.
no,
that wasn't
I'm the
you.
Salvation never mind. No, I don't know. It was just that's the thing. Things happen from a connection to someone. There was no audition. There was no cattle call. It was just like, whoa, okay.
Word of mouth. But if people find you by word of mouth, that means there's good word
I had
in
some good stuff happening a little bit in the late 70s because I was in a band called Tin Huey that got signed to Warner
Tim
Brothers.
Huey.
We were on Warner Brothers. We were like the bunny. We were on the bunny. But we were too unclassifiable. They didn't know where to put us in the record sections, like rock, art rock, gospel, comedy. Not gospel, sorry. But and we were too eccentric. We weren't like, this is what we do, this one thing, and that's the way you get popular. You have to do one thing, not 20 things.
But I mean, that's the sign of a brilliant artist. Is somebody? Oh, I know, you poo-poo that. But it's like when you have that flexibility to play all different styles of music. I mean, like, what's your favorite style of music? Would you say?
Wow, I cannot answer that question, but I do tend to go towards late 20s, early 30s jazz and the Cambodian.
The
I don't know. No, I like a lot of stuff. I like so many things. But
how about your
British invasion, late 18th century or late 19th century classical, polka. No, there's a lot of things I like.
Polka, right.
Polka is my main thing.
And you write songs too.
I don't know if you call it writing songs. It's just like pick up something. See, I multi-record myself and it turns into a song, but I am no songwriter. I'm not like I ain't no like Billy Joel.
And thank God, you're Ralph.
Or Barry Manilow. No, I've come up with some ditties that are maybe songs. I'm not sure if they're songs, but they're something.
Well, I know.
No, seriously, the reason that happened was when I was in the band Tin Huey, we got a record deal. It's like, everyone else is writing a song. I want to write a song. So I did some like simple keyboard stuff. And I'm not a songwriter, I learned. But it's kind of fun to try, I mean, playing a solo instrument like a saxophone, you just are a melody instrument. So, you don't really write songs with that. So you have to like a guitar or keyboard. So I have a little bit of, I can sort of play those things. I would never go on do a show playing guitar. I'm not going to go, I love you. Or keyboard like, I hate you. I don't do that. But I mean, I can do it in a studio or just coming up with little ditties and then adding to it with my horns and stuff.
And what's this instrument? Did you?
Oh, you asked me to bring some wacky stuff? You did. Actually, this is a plumber's thing. It's a snake with a alto sax mouthpiece on it. Cool. I did not make this. Another person did. In fact, I didn't make this either. But you want me to play it?
Yeah. Let's
Really?
hear a little
Really?
bit. Yeah.
Okay. Just something I wrote just now.
And let's hear the other one.
This one has some problems with the weather stripping. It's called a slide clarinet. And my next door neighbor refinished the wood.
Cool.
He's a woodworker. Let's see if this works. It might squeak. Let's see. Yeah, there's problems. Anyway.
That's great.
Otherwise, I play traditional instruments. Really, I do.
Traditional.
Traditional.
And nowadays, let's see, you brought a record here. Let's check this record
Oh.
out. Can you hand that over?
Sure, I can. LP.
And this is one of your latest LPs. Is this?
Yeah, it's from 2 years ago. Yeah, my serious jazz project. It's more of my jump blues swing thing.
What's that?
Coleman Hawkins. It's like a side of me that most people don't think of. They just hear me play weird stuff. But I really enjoy Duke Ellington and Coleman Hawkins and Ben Webster and those guys, and that's kind of actually where I feel really comfortable with that style, and I play it a lot locally. And this is some great guys I played with, and we've done 2 records, but this one, actually, a guy put it out and paid for it, and paid for the vinyl.
It's vinyl.
Yeah.
And so what is like Jass? What, J-A-S-S?
Oh, that's just kind of
obviously
a
it's
play on
pun.
words. It was a joke.
It was a
Because the very first Dixieland, or whatever you want to call it, record was the original Dixieland Jass Band. That was just what jazz was called back in the teens
Oh, it was
of the
called
last
Jass.
century. Yeah, and then they changed it to jazz because it was, I don't know why, but so it was kind of a joke, and it wasn't like, and people were like, why do you call it jazz? Like, no real reason. It was just kind of fun. There's no reason.
No reason.
There's no rhyme or reason.
No. And what would your favorite rhyme or reason be?
Oh my God. You just put me in it. You just really. That's too much.
That's too much. Okay.
Can I have some water now?
Yeah, you can have some
Watch me do
water.
it. Ooh.
You'll make a musical instrument out of that glass
Do
of
do
water.
do 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 do. No, not really. No, no. I just
So,
like a lot of styles of music, and like my solo records, like this one. I
Oh,
go all
let's
over the
see
place.
that.
I do like.
Wait, let's keep it up for a second so we can.
Yes, that came out 10 years ago.
Yeah, but I did the photographs
And
of
you did.
and that's
No,
why I
you
brought
did.
it.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
I
You did
did.
those, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. She's done some great pictures of me over the years.
It's
And
been fun.
I just wish
It's
I'd
fun.
been bigger, but what are you gonna do? No, I just I play music. That's what I do, and I continue to do it. And I'm at my age. What else am I gonna do?
Well, you'll play your heart out, and we know you
That's
will.
what I do. That's what I
And
do.
now we're going to roll in. We're going to end the show with a video, and let's roll it in and have a good evening.
Is this the solstice song?
This is the solstice.
Happy
song.
solstice, everyone.
Happy solstice.
Have a happy, happy solstice. It's solstice time again. The sun appears to stop in its tracks. It starts to stay light later. Soon baseballs will be thrown. And if you have a backyard, grass will soon be grown. We thank the sun, solar orb, and drink a lot of wine. We cut the cheese log, pass it round, and try to still our mind. Even though it's cold and dark for a long, long while, we know eventually we can play in the park. So light a bunch of candles and dance around the fire. It's solstice fill our mind. Even though it's cold and dark for a long, long while, we know eventually we can play in the park. So light a bunch of candles and dance around the fire. It's solstice time again, and I ain't no liar. I ain't no liar. No liar, no liar. It's gonna get lighter. I know. We're gonna get stuck in the snow. I know. If you live in Akron, Ohio.
But by March, things will be a lot better.